मनो बुद्धिहंकार चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु।
Om is the sacred sound of creation, preservation and dissolution. The Omkar is the sound of the instant creation. It is called the sound of the instant creation. And it is this Omkar technique which I am going to teach you and initiate you into as the first Omkar Kriya. It's called the Omkar Kriya Yoga, the first Omkar Kriya. And because it is of such vital importance, because we are all floating in the soup of the vibration of the Omkar. In the Christian world, they call it the great Amen. You know, like this, they sing Om. They say it is Tathastu or so be it, but it is the sound, I call it the birthing hum of creation. When the great deep, the great primordial energy called the Moola Prakriti or Para Prakriti Amba, the primordial energy gives birth to creation. The sound of the birthing of the billions of stars and galaxies and nebulae makes the sound Om. In today's times, in the modern ages, they have actually recorded the sound of creation. Many of you, if you go to the computer, you will see that NASA has given a certain sound. How many of you have heard the sound? It's like a oh. Raise your hands. And the computer, you hear the sound. It's the sound of the instant creation. So I'm bringing this before you because I'm not teaching you any religion or faith. I'm teaching you yourself, the source from where you originated, the source in which you live and move and have your being, and the source to which you shall return is the great sound called the Omkar. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. So even in ancient texts and scriptures, they give you the importance of the sound of Omkar. In the beginning of time, there was neither causation, space, nor time. The laws of physics did not hold good. All was the great, unfathomable deep. Yes?
Gurudeva, I heard you mention that Ganesh is the centrifugal force of the universe. Is that because it's the expansion?
Yes. But that's half the story. They had asked me in the beginning, what is the symbology of Ganesh and Kartikeya? And when I was in the Himalayas, at Gupta Kashi in the Himalayas, facing the Kedarnath mountain, this is the thing I wrote down, that Ganesh is the, when these two children, they explode from the womb of their mother, that is Para Prakriti Amba, that is Ambika. The Amba means the great unfathomable deep. When they explode, then the outer going centrifugal force represents Ganesha. It's the scientific evaluation of what I think it to be. And Kartikeya, who took an who rounded up the whole creation by going on his peacock. He encircled the whole creation. Ganesh spun around himself and created waves which went outwards. Kartikeya went to the outermost far limits of the mind and matter of the universe and collected and created a vortex which brought back the ripples to the center. So Ganesh is the centrifugal force of creation and Kartikeya is the centripetal force of creation. I know this is not written in the Holy Bible or in the Bhagavad Gita or in the Quran, but I'm open to criticism, or I'm open to people learning from me or me learning from them. So I have put this forward because it's high time that we went from voodoo and abracadabra and to scientific stuff, scientific knowledge as to why the Indian yogi is the first scientist of creation. 20,000-30,000 years ago, he created his body as the laboratory and his breath, his rational mind and his intuitive mind as the two lab assistants. And he worked upon the laboratory of his own body to discover that, behold, there is the divine indweller within. There is God within me. This is the great contribution of India to the world. And had India nothing to offer to the world, I'm quoting from Gyanavatar Sri Yukteswar. Had India nothing to offer to the whole world, Kriya Yoga itself would suffice as a kingly offering. This is how valuable Kriya Yoga is. So they worked in the laboratory of their own body and they discovered that there is God within our body. And then the great Upanishads and the Vedas rang out in their golden voice with diamond-studded words that, behold, ye man, you are of God, you are divine. You are not a corruptible body but a divine soul. And there is the pathway to express this divinity, and that pathway is called yoga. Kriya Yoga is just the lightning path and an aspect of yoga. And the ancient rishis and the sages of the fire mist proclaimed that just like there is tinder in the fire, you rub the tinder and the fire manifests. There is oil in the seed, you squeeze the seed and the oil manifests. There is butter in the milk, you churn the milk and the butter manifests. So also there is God in man, you breathe the man and God manifests. And this breathing process is called the divine Kriya Yoga, which is very scientific, yet has its roots in the soils of love, without which the science part of it cannot flower. So it's a well-balanced technique of the left and right brain, of science, that is rationality, and love. Next question.
मनोबुद्धिहंकार चित्तानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूप शिवो